Thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to be doing a flow that focuses on our circulation. So we're just going to get all of these juices flowing in our body so that we can feel really good. This is perfect for any time of the day. So grab your water, grab your mat, and let's get started. Empty your mind. We're going to start sitting in Sukhasana, connecting with our breath, connecting with our space. Connecting with our intention. We're going to start with 3 rounds of Namaste hands. So inhaling, the arms up wide. Exhaling our hands to heart center 2 more times. Full exhales. Deep inhales. Last one. Now we're going to just warm up our neck. We can choose to keep our hands at heart center, facing upwards, or facing down for groundedness. And we're going to warm up our necks by looking left and looking right. This is a slow, controlled movement. Oh, shoot. And we're going to bring our heads to center. We're going to look up as we inhale and down, bringing our chin to our chest as we exhale. We're moving at the pace of our own breath. And if sitting in a regular seated position causes any type of strain, or you feel like it's hard for you to relax your hips and you're just sinking in, you can always sit on a block that will bring everything up and help you open up that chest and straighten out your back. We're going to move into our neck circles. We're going to be really gentle with these. So we're just going to circle, make a circle with our nose. And we're going to allow that circle to spiral, getting bigger and bigger. We're doing this slowly, warming up our necks, being gentle with ourselves. And we can start to rotate in the opposite direction. And you can choose to either go back to the small circles and gradually let those circles get bigger, or you can let them stay big and gradually get small. The choice is yours. And now we're gonna let our head rest in the center. We're gonna bring our hands up. We're just gonna get some circulation in our fingers by circling one finger at a time. We just need to do a rotation of like 5 times and then switch directions. So go ahead and move to that middle finger. Switch directions. Ring finger. Switch directions. Pinky finger. Switch directions. Thumbs. Switch directions. And now we're going to get some love in those wrists. So we're going to roll our wrists as we extend the arms out wide, inhaling. Exhaling as we roll them back in towards the body and bring our hands and our arms in towards the body. And we can do this at the pace of our own breath. Taking a really deep inhale as we open everything up. And a full exhale as we close everything in. And we're just going to do one more. Now we're going to get into our spine a little bit. So we're actually going to inhale those arms up. Exhale to one side. So I'm coming over to my left. If you're mirroring me, it'll be your right. And feel free to rest your hand however it falls. If it's comfortable, you can come down to your elbow and extend through there. Remember to listen to your body throughout this entire practice. Everything that I say is a suggestion. You should always do what feels best for you and your body. Inhale up. Exhale, opposite side. Same thing here. Find that comfortable position. Maybe you want to stay up here. This is my tighter side. Stretching through those fingertips. Making sure that that knee is rested, that leg is resting. And we're just stretching through our torso, pressing through this hand that's on top. The goal is for our chest to be open. Our gaze can be forward or up towards our hand. Last breath. And on our exhale, we can come out from that stretch. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale to namaste. We're going to bring our hands behind our heads. And we're going to come into a circular motion where we're bringing our right elbow to our right knee, hinging forward, feeling that stretch in our spine, coming over, left elbow to left knee, and back up. So we're going to continue this rotation here. Making sure that when you come up, that we're doing a side bend. We're barely coming forward until we reach that point. So, for example, when I come down to bend here, I'm bending at the side, and then I come forward. And then I'm back here on the side and back up. If that doesn't make sense, just do what feels good. And we're going to rotate directions. So now left elbow, left knee, going towards the right. All right, we can come back to center. We're going to leave our hands at our shoulders. And we're going to do like a back pedal. So it's like we're swimming backwards. And you can choose to do both at the same time. I like to do this figure 8 pattern. Really opening up that side body as I open up my shoulders. You don't have to do all this extra movement with your spine. It just feels good for me, so that is what I am going to do. But you do have the option of just staying here. And we're going to come forward. And we're going to come to center and relax those hands. We can shake that out. That was a lot. You know, a lot of circulation. You should feel all that circulation all in that upper body. Ooh, that should feel good. We're going to inhale those arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to twist to one side, placing opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale back up to center. Rotate opposite side, same thing. Inhale back up to center. Same thing, opposite side. Striving to look further and further behind us each time. Inhale, center, exhale, opposite side. Inhale, center, exhale, opposite side. This time we're going to stay here for a few breaths. We're twisting through our torso and allowing our chest and our head to follow. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, opposite side, same thing. Inhale back up to center. Exhale, namaste. We're going to move into hands and knees. Coming into our cat-cow, so making sure that our wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, knees are directly underneath the hips. Inhaling as we look up. Exhaling as we exhale down, rounding the back, dropping the head. And continuing to flow at the pace of our own breath, matching one breath per movement. And we're going to come to a neutral spine. We're going to do some hip circles. So we're just going to you hinge forward slightly, swing those hips over to one side, sweep the glutes against the heels, and come forward again. So we're moving our hips in a circular motion. And we can rotate in the opposite direction. And we're going to come back up into our tabletop position, checking the alignment of our hands and knees again. And this time we're just going to isolate our torso. Now, if this is not working for you, it doesn't work for everybody, you can feel free to go back into your cat-cow. So what we're going to do is we're going to isolate the torso to just move the torso in a circular motion. So we're bringing our torso up and around. Sometimes it helps if you add the head in there. The head will go in the opposite direction. But I like to focus on just moving my torso and really feeling that stretch in my spine, moving each vertebrae. And we can go in the opposite direction. And we can come to center. Now we're going to really open up those hip joints. We're going to come into our leg circles. They're like the fire hydrant. So we're going to bring that knee up, back, and around. Breathing freely through this movement. And we can go in the opposite direction. Dropping that leg back down, we're going to come onto the other side, same thing. opposite direction. And we're going to go ahead and rest that knee down. We can send our knees out wide or whatever variation of a child's pose feels good for us. Sitting our glutes back into that child's pose. Let's take this time to thank ourselves for taking care of our bodies today and really working with our circulation. This is a perfect time to cleanse out any and all stagnant energy by releasing loud ha breaths as we exhale. Two more breaths. Alright, we're gonna press ourselves up. Come into a down dog. Ooh. And we can pedal the toes here. One way to make sure you're positioned right in the down dog is to come into a plank and then push your glutes up and back. We're pressing through our hands, striving to move our chest towards the mat. And we can pedal the feet, sending that stretch to one leg at a time, really stretching out that calf and that hamstring. We can straighten out both legs, really press into that down dog, and then we're gonna walk our feet up to our hands, coming into that forward fold. Relax here, keeping the knees slightly bent. We're gonna roll up slowly like a rag doll, allowing each vertebrae to rise at a time. And then when we reach the top, we're gonna inhale those arms up. Exhale, swan diving forward once more, keeping the head raised until we reach the bottom. Then we're going to relax. Go ahead and hug yourself, grabbing opposite elbow with your hands, allowing the head to hang. We can use these muscles at the top of our thighs to make sure that we're not locking out our knees. And we can sway side to side. We're going to release those hands down. We're going to come up into flat back. So we're straightening out our back, keeping our back parallel to the ground. We're hugging our shoulder blades together. Head is down looking towards the ground. Feeling this stretch in our hamstrings. We're going to exhale, releasing back down to the mat, placing our hands down, bending at the knees, stepping back into our plank. We're going to do a vinyasa. You can choose to keep your knees off of the mat or drop them down to the mat. We're going to make sure that we hug our bodies with our elbows as we drop down. And from here, we're going to do a baby cobra. So we want to make sure that our hands look like little cricket legs. And as we inhale, we're going to just lift up slightly. We're using our back muscles to lift ourselves up. Exhale back down to the mat. And we're going to flow here for a little bit. So we're going to inhale right back up. Remembering to use our back muscles to lift us up. Our hands are just here for stability. Exhale back down to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down to the mat. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Last one. From here, we're going to press up and back into our child's pose, resting a little bit more. Now we're going to come back into a down dog just for a second, just to feel that stretch one more time before we come into our Shavasana. We can choose to pedal the feet here if we want to, or if there's anything else that you want to do, feel free to stretch and do whatever you want to do at this time. We're going to be here for a couple more breaths. So do whatever you are being called to do right now. We're going to come back into that plank. You can do one more vinyasa if you're feeling it. Maybe come all the way up into upward dog. Remembering to use those back muscles. Exhaling back into child's pose, tabletop, whatever. It makes a smooth transition for us to come onto our backs. If you're coming onto your back with your knees bent and your feet on the mat, slowly allow your back to drop onto the mat, using your hands on your thighs for stability, keeping the core tight until you reach the bottom. Now from here, we're going to hug our left knee into our chest, and we're going to circle our ankles. Get some blood circulating in there. We stretched our feet a little bit in that downward dog. We just want to make sure we take care of our ankles. Our ankles support us a lot. Hugging that knee into our chest. We're going to come into a spinal twist, so we're going to grab that left knee with our right arm. Extend the left arm out to the side. And we're going to bring that left knee over to the right side, keeping both shoulders flat on the mat. And we're going to release from that stretch. Bring that knee back over to the left side. Give ourselves another big hug. Release that leg down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. And on the next exhale, go ahead and grab that right knee. Bring that right knee into our chest. Grab the right knee with the left hand. Extend the right arm out to the side. Spinal twist. Same thing, opposite side. We can release from that stretch. Bringing that right knee back in. And we forgot to do our ankle circles. So we're going to do our ankle circles as we hold this knee into our chest. I like to grab on the back of my thighs. I know some people grab right here. I like the way this feels with my knee. We can rotate in the opposite direction. We're going to bring both knees to our chest, giving ourselves a nice big hug. We can rock side to side. We can also come into happy baby if we want to. Same thing, rock side to side. Opening up those hips a little bit more. And we can release from that. If we want to, we can do a little rotation. Oops, sorry, babe. I didn't know your face was so close to my booty. We're going to do a little rotation. It wasn't on purpose, Lou. Just circling those knees. You can use your hands to kind of guide the knees. And go ahead and go in the opposite direction. Some people like to do it this way. Each knee going in their own direction. It is completely up to you and whatever you want to do. We can release, relax. Grab whatever you need to get comfortable, a blanket maybe, whatever you need, and get ready for your Shavasana. I'm going to grab my singing bowls so we can end with a nice sound meditation. Thank you for practicing with me today. I hope you got exactly what you needed. And yeah, enjoy this meditation. can start to call our attention back to our breath, back into our bodies. You may choose to lay there, maybe write down anything that came up. Maybe just roll over to your side and rest in child's. Rest on your side, using your arm as a pillow. Thank you for practicing with me today. Let me know how you feel in the comments. And I bow before you, saying Ubuntu. I am because you are. Thank you.